Husbands, do you feel like you're doing everything you can in your relationship, but it's still just not working out? It's possible that you're playing the wrong game. Let's see if this sounds familiar. Christmas holidays, you're sitting down with your family to play a board game. Things are going well until someone starts to win at somebody else's expense. Feelings get hurt, tempers run high, people don't want to play the game anymore. Someone's trying to rub their victory in somebody else's face, and the evening falls to pieces. It's possible to look at our relationships and think we're playing the same game, only to realize that we're on different scoreboards, which means it's possible to think that you're winning, but you're losing in the most important ways. Let's look at a really common scoreboard: money, bringing in income. I bring this one up because culturally, societally, men have been expected to be the breadwinners. Men have been taught that education is for the purpose of getting a good job, that is for the purpose of providing for a family. The whole incentive program of our society drives men towards that end. In other words, what they teach men is this is the scoreboard to pay attention to. Here's the thing though, you can be absolutely killing it in your business, in your work. You can be bringing in all the income that your family could ever need. But if you are not emotionally present, if you are not emotionally safe, if you're not physically safe, then in the eyes of your family, you're still losing. What about another hot topic? Contributing at home, washing dishes, doing laundry, cleaning. You could be doing all of those, taking it all off of your wife's plate, and you could still be losing. The challenge comes when we put blinders on and only look at one point system as the end all be all. When we become blind to the other point systems that exist and are real. If income is the only point system that I'm looking at, then I'm going to start looking at my wife through that point system. Does she make as much money as I do? No. Is she actively spending money for the kids and things that they need? Yes. The only way I could view that situation with that lens is to say she's not only not contributing to the family financially, but she is actively undermining it with the expenses that she's making. I see that as a threat. Meanwhile, I could look at myself and I could inflate my moral superiority and say, I am bringing in the money. I am providing. I am the provider. And if that is my most important point system, then I become king and ruler of the house. What would be the end result? Nothing will breed resentment faster than telling your spouse that their greatest strengths and contributions are the worst thing that they're bringing to the table. So, how do you prevent this situation? You and your wife get on the same page for what point systems matter. Men, you have to recognize that there are other ways to earn points. The most critical ones for being in a relationship with a woman are emotional connection and safety. That connection and safety can be built over time by valuing the contributions that she is providing. At the end of the day, marriages fail when needs aren't being met. And usually those needs aren't being met because the current point system that we're operating under doesn't incentivize us to fulfill those needs properly. Games are supposed to be fun and enjoyable, and so is marriage. The couples who win are the ones that find a common point system that they can play collaboratively. And just like if we're playing a board game, even if it's a competitive game, the real score that we are actually keeping is, are we having fun, and do we still want to keep playing the game together? Drop a note in the comments. What are some ways you've seen relationships keeping score?